Joann is a chain of fabric and craft stores that opened in 1943.
Are you interested in learning how to sew? Have you discovered a craft that you want to learn more about? Or are you an experienced crafter in need of quality supplies? If you answered yes, then a Joann Fabric and Craft Store is the place for you. Located throughout the country, Joann stores are the largest fabric and craft retailer of these and many other products.
In 1943, two immigrant families from Germany, the Reichs and the Rohrbachs, opened a 1,400 square foot store called the Cleveland Fabric Shop in Cleveland, Ohio. Over the next 5 years, Hilda and the Rohrbach's daughter, Alma, becomes the mainstays of the business, doubling their space and adding a drapery workroom in the basement. In 1948, a second Cleveland fabric shop opens. Betty Reich and her husband Martin Roskam deliver bolts of fabric every Saturday. By 1963, there were 18 Cleveland fabric shops in Ohio. The business is renamed Joann Fabrics. The families combined the names of their daughters, Joan Zimmerman and Jacqueline Ann Roskam. In 1968, the name is changed to Fabricenters of America. By the next year, the company grows to 169 stores in 28 states and becomes a publicly held corporation on the American Stock Exchange under the name Fabricenters of America, Inc. By 1976, Fabricenter joins the New York Stock Exchange. Joann's joins the trend towards shopping malls by opening its 4,000 square foot stores in regional malls. In 1980, the company opened its 500th store. In 1985, Alan Roskam, grandson of Hilda and Bertold Reich, becomes president and CEO and begins opening larger stores in strip shopping centers. By 1989, the company has 625 stores, and around this time in the late 1980s and early 1990s, Joann stores began leaving the mall for larger stores and strip shopping centers. Some stores even add crafts and floral products to their mix. By 1994, there were 655 stores in northern United States. Fabricenters acquires Cloth World with 342 stores in the South and becomes America's largest fabric and crafts retailer with stores in 49 states. The next year, Joann opens its first 46,000 square foot superstore adjacent to corporate headquarters, offering home decorating items, furniture, picture frames, art supplies, classes, and daycare. The store becomes the pilot operation for a larger format Joann superstores. 2 years later, the Joann.com website is launched to give customers 24-hour access to creative products and projects. In 1998, Joann's acquires the 260-store House of Fabrics chain of Los Angeles for nearly $100 million. Fabricenter becomes Joann's Stores, Inc. When the corporate name is changed to Joann Stores, Inc., all of its stores had grand openings under the Joann name. The magazine Joann would be launched the following year. In 2003, Joann Stores celebrated 60 years in the industry with more than 900 retail locations specializing in sewing, crafting, decorating, and floral products. More than 20,000 team members are employed nationwide, and by the end of 2003, almost 100 stores would be transformed to an approximately 35,000 square foot superstore format, while constant upgrades would be in the remaining additional 14,000 foot stores. In 2010, Leonard Green & Partners purchased Joann for $1.6 billion. At this time, Joann stores were located in 49 states. The only state without a Joann store was Hawaii, although Joann stores online would still ship there. In March of 2018, Joann stores rebranded to Joann as a way to move beyond fabrics and encompass more craft. In 2020, the company experienced an uptick in business during the COVID-19 pandemic due to growth in the sewing and broader crafting industry, with people across the U.S. fashioning their own masks and using the additional time at home for DIY pursuits. On March 16, 2021, Joann went public on the NASDAQ market. In March of 2024, Joann announced that they were preparing to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy as part of a deal that would allow for Joann to sell off its assets to its lenders while also allowing it to shed some of its debt. There are currently no plans to close any stores. On March 18, 2024, Joann filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. The company has plans to cut over $500 million in debt and will become a privately owned company after its restructuring. It plans to complete its filing by late April with no employees or stores affected. Today, Joann operates approximately 850 stores in 49 states, except in Hawaii, of course. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.